That tomorrow. Okay, let's quickly talk table tennis, guys. Yesterday we talked about lawn tennis with Nigeria beating Uzbekistan in the Davis Cup. I'm moving up to Group 2, from Group 3. And yesterday as well, the ITTF African tournament is also going on. Aruna Quadri, started well, reached the semi-finals, and we are all looking at the possibility of him, going all the way as well. But at this point, I'm not going to force that young man. I don't even know what.
This young man this time around.
He's still a young man. I think he's still maybe. I don't know.
He's himself in shape.
He's in mid-30s, right? 35, 36, right? Still a young man.
Still a young man.
Still a young man. but I don't know. But the news is that Aruna Quadri's
he lost an Algerian.
Yeah, he lost an Algerian, but the title chase actually came to an end yesterday. But the most important part of it, he managed to pick a World Cup slot for himself. So I don't know what's going to happen to Nigerian table tennis Akeem without this guy. He's been carrying Nigerian table tennis on his back for like decades now. Not years, decades, Emmanuel. The only Nigerian or Africans to reach Olympic quarterfinals. If this guy is not winning, I don't know who's going to step up, for us. At some point we had Omotayo Olajide, and we also had quite a number of interesting names.
Omotayo Olajide was supposed to actually be the heir apparent, and that was not the case. I think it's just a matter of commitment and dedication from Aruna Quadri. It was rather, I don't want to say sad, because we know is it Nemesis in Africa?
Yeah. He has two of them.
But Omar has always been
both Egyptians anyway.
The two of them are Egyptians, and he has always been the one going head-to-head against them most of the cases. So for him losing against, in fact for me, when I saw that I was going to face an Algeria, I thought that he has what it takes to, because Omar won last year. So I think the initiative for him is that he wants to get back to the finals and win again. At least he won about 5 times already on the continent. But the positive side is that he's going to Macau in China for the World Championships as far as table tennis is concerned, which is a good one. But for me, the Table Tennis Federation of Nigeria needs to start doing a lot.
They need to.
A whole lot. Because like Sheyi said the other time, for decades now, when you talk about table tennis in Nigeria, there is one name that everybody says: Aruna Quadri. We need to start projecting more consistent players. We've seen talented table tennis players.
Is it projecting or producing? I think if the federation, if they have this player, they will definitely project them. So I think the surprise pipe
has been cut off.
Yes.
And that's happening in all sports. It's not even in tennis alone. It's fine that we're talking about tennis now, but in other athletics too, it is like that. Even in football, it's like that. There's no secondary school competitions where most of these talents were got where they were very young, and you just go on to the top from there. So the fact that we're talking about football because it's more popular than most of other sports, but the tennis federation obviously are just there hiding. Have somebody they are using to win a couple of competitions for Nigeria and Aruna, and then they are not talking about trying to provide us other talents again. So this is where we need to hold people accountable. Absolutely. And most of the problem we're having about these administratives is because nobody's holding anybody accountable for what they're doing. They just collect the money and then use it for whatever. So it's so unfortunate for us. So hopefully,
I was actually going to say that the federation might not necessarily have to hide behind Aruna, because most of the events that Aruna goes, they are self-sponsored. But
they still hide behind it.
No, I'm saying that for those who know, or for those who don't know, most of the events that keeps them in shape, or we only get to say Aruna Quadri Nigeria, but most of the time he is there as Aruna Quadri. The flag will just follow you because we are Nigerian. But
it doesn't necessarily mean that you are representing it. No, but I think I get that point. But the fact is, I think the Table Tennis Federation
we have to project is a 36-year-old player.
Emmanuel, please now. No, I think to be fair to this federation, I think they've been doing well too. Seriously, something just I just remember something now. I think maybe the president of the Table Tennis Federation, I think the person should be Eniston Oshodi. That man has actually done very, very well for table tennis. I think he's even on the continental level now, on the African level. Yeah. I think they are doing well, but the fact is they need to do more. And with the National Sports Commission now in place, they need to work hand in hand with those commissions, because I see what they are trying to do, with lawn tennis. I mean, lawn tennis is not there when you compare it to table tennis. Table tennis used to be, up there after, football, basketball, athletics.
But it's interesting that when you go to the sports festival and you see some names of athletes that play table tennis, you know that these guys are good. You know that there is something in the tank for these young guys. In fact, Ogun State and Delta, I think Lagos State as well, and is it Edo? Like there's also one, the Southwestern one, I think it's Oshu and Ondo as well. They produce some very, very good players when it comes to table tennis, and you look at it and you're telling yourself, we actually need to do a whole lot more, like build an ecosystem around the game of table tennis where these athletes or these players can go outside and get stiffer competitions. I know there is rivalry between some of the states. These players, they know themselves. They know their names, they know their trajectory, they know where the years that they've had in between themselves. By the end of the day, you should be able to actually help these players go beyond just Nigeria, maybe just going to Benin or something. Because I also know that in Lagos we have a whole lot of things that happen in Lagos as far as table tennis is concerned. But we need to do more. We have a number of countries, China, USA, that makes ping pong like a culture. Like from age 3, age 5, you're already seeing those young kids with the bat playing the game. So it's a whole lot. Whatever level Aruna is as a result of his own self-commitment to his sport. Yes, I know there will be support from the federation here and there, but at the same time, you cannot downplay the role of the self-commitment that he has had on this game, and of course on himself. I think he also believes that the name and the sports go hand in hand, especially when it comes to Nigerian table tennis, when it comes to our own climb. But at the same time, we need to do more to help younger athletes, younger players to come to the stage. When we go to youth games, when we go to the festival, we get to see a lot of them. Talent everywhere.
Absolutely. I think I agree with you, but let's quickly